Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Raiders Daily. My name is Jackson. I post daily Raiders content, so hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as we push for 6K. Now, I let a couple days pass because, oh my goodness, that was just a miserable Sunday. I mean, that was absolutely brutal. Everybody on the Raiders was stunned. We had a very stunned Josh McDaniels presser. There's a lot of anti-Raiders stuff going around. Here's the way I'm looking at it. I'm trying to find the bright spots before we start talking about some of the negatives here. Giving up 20 straight, 29-23. I mean, it was just such a defeating loss that it feels like this is the lowest it could possibly go. And if you're going to have just a collapse at any point in the season, it's best to start it in the beginning. It's a long NFL season, and I would rather have this than the last week of the regular season. That would be a tough way to going into the playoffs. So there's plenty of football to be played, and I know that you're up 20, 22 unanswered points. I know it's tough, but hopefully Josh McDaniels and the Las Vegas Raiders can make the adjustments necessary and really learn from this. I think, we talked a lot about McDaniels. He's getting a lot of hate right now. He's getting a lot of press. I'm really hoping that he learned everything from his brief tenure coaching the Denver Broncos, because that was a really brutal season for him. And you're just hoping he learned those lessons and that he can make those proper adjustments. I thought there were plenty of things that can be looked at the bright spot. One of the toughest pills to swallow was, you have the best receiver in the NFL in Davante Adams. He was targeted 17 times in the first game. He had 10 receptions, 141 yards, and a touchdown. And the 7 targets, finishing with only 2 receptions for 12 yards, as unexcusable as that possibly is, I can look back to the first Raiders possession. I mean, the Raiders were moving the ball in the first half. Go back to that first Raiders possession. They ran the ball about 8 times. Davante Adams didn't get a target until the touchdown reception that he got right at the end zone. So that's good. Because you don't want to be too top heavy. You got guys like Darren Waller. You got guys like Hunter Renfrow. You have an elite rushing game that I'm glad they ran the ball a little bit more. But Davante Adams, no matter what his target number is, he needs to have 2 receptions. More than 2 receptions. Oh, jeez. He needs to have more than 12 yards. That's unexcusable. I think they'll make the proper adjustments. They just need to find a middle ground between that 17 targets, just too top heavy, and not utilizing Davante enough. He was open plenty of times. Now, one of the other downsides, like I said, man, when you have defeats like this, you got to go back and you got to learn from them. As much as I want to just sweep this under the rug and never look at this again, this is where you really, really dig deep and learn from it. You got to learn from this. McDaniels, all offseason, all preseason, he was preaching avoiding penalties. This past week, 10 penalties, 68 yards. I know it's not the craziest, but that is stuff that derails momentum. That is just unexcusable, really. That's sloppy football. Sloppy coaching. It's sloppy just preparation. It's sloppiness. You got to find the balance. I like the more running. I like that Derek Carr had more time in the pocket. I thought the defense held their own until... You got to remember, man, Derek Carr and the Raiders offense didn't have the ball for 40 literal minutes. 40 actual minutes they did not have the football. That defense was gassed. Up until that point, especially in the first half, they were doing more than holding their own. But it's up to the offense to close that game. And I know when you have a quote-unquote offensive guru in Josh McDaniels, it's unexcusable. I just want to see, honestly, more... I don't even know what the right word is here. Take more shots, really. I'm sick of the 2-yard receptions. I'm sick of a run, 2-yard screen. Like that, you can't do that. Let Derek Carr take his shots. If he's got time in the back, if he's got time in the pocket, find Devontae, find Hunter, find the open man, and get the chains moving. So I know that was a really tough loss, and I really don't think that the Raiders could have a lower point in the season than what it is right now. You got the Titans next week. We'll preview it. We'll continue looking at this game, as unfortunate as it was. So stay tuned for plenty of content throughout this week. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Most importantly, go ahead, drop some comments down below. Try and be respectful, man. But go ahead, drop some things you would like to see heading into week 3 against the Titans. That's it for me, man. Peace.